Hey guys, y'all know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's happening, why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent, big ugly himself, Omari Ellis, and I'm here with Sub-Zero. No, my friend, it's Kamehameha. That's coming from Superjaz. What's up, buddy?
What's up, y'all? What's going on? Let's talk some DBZ or DBS as it
Yes,
were in
sir.
this
Let's
case.
talk some Dragon Ball. You know, we got our Shinron with the Dragon Balls. Nothing to see here. We're gonna go.
It's a dope shirt, but it's just out of frame.
Yeah, we're here. We're watching. So we're talking some more Dragon Ball Super. We're continuing it on. We're past the arcs for that cover with the
hmm
movies. Now we're on to some Dragon Ball Super specific stuff.
Specific just to the series.
That's
Yeah.
right. And we're gonna go ahead and hop into it because you know these arcs be long and thus the reviews be long. We trying to not have them as long, but what are you gonna do? You're watching this
Before
far.
before right, and thank you for watching. But before we get into it, I will say this. Obviously, I'm gonna comment here and there, and then I'm gonna give my final thoughts. But for this particular arc, that's all I gotta say.
Not a fan. I see.
Go ahead.
Not a fan. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hop into it. So
That's
yeah,
my way of condensing what I'm gonna say
yeah, we're
without
doing like episodes 28 through episode like 46.
26.
They call it the Universe 6 tournament arc, but like most arcs in Dragon Ball Super, when they separate it, they kind of throw in the little filler shit at the end as
Yeah.
part of that arc, just for categorization's sake. So yeah. Anyway. Yo, let's mode, let's dynamic, let's go. Go, dynamic, Kiruto, 強くなる。身の程知らずには後悔とか限界とかないもん Motherfucker. So let's dynamic, let's go. Yes, ring the kick, 浴びせて武者ぶり So we start off, we begin episode 28 on Beerus's planet. The Saiyans are doing like 50,000 thumb push-ups and shit.
On one thumb, right?
Yeah, just like
Impossible saying shit, right?
with super weighted suits in addition to the super weight of the planet itself.
With extra gravity, right? Yeah.
And Champa, who we mentioned in the last review, the god of destruction from Universe 6, because apparently there's multiple universes, he shows up very loudly, waking up Beerus, blah, blah, blah. And, he's a little obnoxious now that we see more of him. He's a little obnoxious. Yeah, this is his introduction thing, yeah. But he's a lot of obnoxious, and out of shape. Not necessarily, he's fat, yes, but that's not what I'm saying. You don't have to be out of shape if you're fat, Look at like Kevin Owens or somebody. No, Champa's like running out of breath and shit as well. So, and breathing heavily or whatever. and his assistant, Vados, is like constantly talking shit to him, like underhanded comments.
Trying to tell him, look, right. My lord, stop eating, you fat son of a bitch. No,
you need to get back in shape, Lord Champa. Shut up, bitch. No, I'm just saying. That's like
dynamic, basically.
Yeah, that's their whole dynamic, and it's pretty funny. But yeah, eventually, him and Beer start talking. It comes like once they, meet up with each other, have their first little spat, because we mentioned before they clearly don't seem to like each other, and it's because apparently they're twin brothers, fraternal twins clearly, but they're twin brothers, and Whis and Vados are also siblings. Like Vados is Whis' older sister.
Older sister, yeah.
So they're doing that. Champa pretty much comes bearing food, trying to brag about his own universe's food superiority, because of course all these motherfuckers care about is food. And if Beerus cares about food, of course Champa's fat ass is gonna care about food.
They talk about whose food is better. Yeah, that shit was funny.
And Beerus counters Champa's food with like cup noodles to prove that the Earth food is better, which I still find it funny that it's like, oh, you think your shit is good? Have some instant ramen.
Instant ramen is apparently the ultimate trump card in this fucking whole goddamn universe.
I tell you, Japanese cup noodles are godlike. It's just like actually from Japan. But yeah, apparently Earth doesn't exist anymore in Universe 6 because reasons.
Earth had, I think their Earth had like some wild ass civil war and wiped itself out or some shit. I think that's what they
Pretty
said.
much, apocalypse theory for our planet. Everybody get mad and kill each other. That apparently happened in Universe 6.
Yeah, right, right.
Uh,
Toriyama trying to tell us something.
hmm So yeah, by the way, they also kind of in this conversation casually dropped there's 12 universes in total, and each universe and the universes are often like mirrored in pairs, but it's the pairs that add to 13. So universe 1 and 12 are pretty much paired with one another. 2 and 11, blah blah blah. 6 and 7. Oh, look at that. We got the ones we're talking about here. So yeah, pretty much Champa wants to fight Beerus so that he can trade Earths with one another because he wants the Earth with the good food. And I believe that's when they decided to have a tournament where the best fighters from each universe duke it out. And we'll see whichever universe wins, they do it. And they do it in an elimination style tourney, like, one versus one wins, one versus the second person, and so forth until one last person standing.
It's classic people in power shit.
Mm-hmm.
We care about one thing that's so fucking small, so everybody else fight for us. What the fuck? Like, you ever seen the movie Trading Places?
Yeah.
Where they play with
Eddie
people's
Murphy.
lives off of like $1 bet. That's this reminded me of.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of like that. And how are they gonna trade Earths? They're gonna use these things called the Super Dragon Balls. Which, by the way, if you couldn't tell from me talking in the previous thing, where I'm like, they're looking for something that they need 7 of, and they have 5 of them. What could that possibly be? Of course, it's Dragon Balls. It's the name of the fucking series. But it's the super duper Dragon Balls that are fucking planet size, apparently.
Right.
They are. Anyway, but he's like, they're the size of planets. Ooh, you're gonna be crazy about them. So obviously, the wish would be even more ridiculous. So they know the location of 6 of the Dragon Balls. They're like, whoever wins can get the 7th. And Goku's like, Bulma can find the 7th Dragon Ball. Because of course she can. She makes Dragon Ball radars.
Goku was just promising shit this whole fucking season. This whole arc. It's like, shut your ass
down. Right? Also, Goku really, really wants to fight other people now that he's heard there's a whole universe of fighters. So he's really trying to push this on, and also suggest that they use World Martial Arts Tourney to have the rules for how the fight go. That's in the next episode. But anyway, Goku wants to fight, and Vegeta, though he takes a more sensible approach in doing so, can't deny his inner Saiyan and also wants to fight. But at first he's like, "Ooh, that's really fucking risky to try and do that shit." But I get to fight other strong people, so yeah, let's do it.
Earth on the line, but I do get to fight other powerful people. But we might get traded to some evil man. But I get to fight powerful players.
Saiyan's gonna say, Anyway, basically. So that's the end of that episode. So episode 29. They decide on a neutral planet to hold the fight, a planet with no name off in the middle of nowhere. That's gonna be good neutral ground at the edge of Universe 6 or 7 or whatever. That's where they're gonna fight. That's when Goku mentions, we should use the World Martial Arts Tournament rules because, I've been doing that for my entire fucking life, so I want to extra advantage. That's not what he said, but let's be honest.
I was laughing. That's not what he said, but let's be honest.
And they're like, okay, this will be an insert galactic time period here. And they're like, by the way, that's 5 days of your Earth time. Oh shit, we gotta put a team together fast. So, then there's a little display that it looks like Goku and Vegeta are very clumsy and they can't do shit, but after Champa leaves, they take the clothing off and it just starts sinking into the ground because of how fucking heavy it is.
Yeah, god damn.
So, it's like, well, damn. And it was funny because, like, Kakarot and Vegeta both start arguing over who gets to be the first person up in the tournament because they want to fight as many people in it as possible. And, classic them. Eventually, they try to ask Shinron where the 7th Dragon Ball is, because Bulma comes up with the idea, like, before I make a super duper dragon radar, for some shit I
Yeah.
ain't never heard of. Why not we just ask Shinron?
Yeah. And Bulma also, like I said, with Goku promising shit, Bulma was like, "You promised that I could do this? What the fuck? I guess I'll do it now." Right.
Yeah, so and still funny Shinron, scared of him and stuff like that. Also,
Shinron.
oh damn, I watched it a couple days ago. I don't remember why, but there was a point where Bulma just straight up slapped Beerus, and I thought it was funny because
Oh, dang. That's something I don't remember off the top of my head.
yeah, that particular moment I don't remember, but she does because the whole Bulma not giving a fuck about nothing.
Bulma don't give a fuck.
She just slapped him, and I'm like, oh my god. But eventually, Champa finds the planet as he suggested. He dubs it the Nothing Planet. He's like, oh, we'll call this the Nothing Planet. And then Vados just insta makes a stadium with, pretty much complete with appropriate atmosphere, breathable air, and concessions because Champa really wanted the concessions. Yeah, and bubble over it. But yeah, Shinron can't find the ball. Beerus calls him useless, and it's like poor Shinron being called useless and told to go away. Also, poor King Kai, because Goku's like, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to remember something. Oh shit, I was supposed to wish back King Kai. And fucking Bulma, just how spoiled these people are. Whatever, we'll wish him back next time.
It's like
supposed to be life-changing wishes, people.
It's like we said on some previous reviews. Finding the Dragon Balls is supposed to be a once in a lifetime moment because of how so far over the earth and just the world that you have to travel to find them. These motherfuckers, Dragon Radar, countless money, genius brain, super strength. They find them every they probably find these shits 5 times a year.
Mm-hmm. I think it's either 2 or 3 that they have. That is like the time period because it doesn't have to be once a year anymore. Once Dende made them, it's like 2 or 3 times a year.
Okay.
So that they can make wishes faster to revive people when they die in these galactic scale battles.
Because the plot says so, basically.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so Shinron and blah blah blah. So yeah, Champa decides he's like, those 2 guys are Saiyans. Well, fuck them. I'm gonna get some Saiyans from my own universe. I'll show them motherfuckers. Haha. Beerus mentions someone he's like, you find 3 people to join you or 2 people to join you guys. I got our 5th fighter. This dude named Manaka. Okay, Manaka's he's the guy we're going with. He's the strongest person in the fucking universe because it sure as hell ain't you. And, he leaves. And, of course, Goku's like, oh, he's the strongest in the universe? I want to fight him. No. For whatever reason.
In so many ways.
Probably for Goku's own safety. Huh?
In so many ways, he did say it like
yeah, but probably for Goku's own safety because, if this guy's the strongest in the universe, there you go. But, Bulma does make the super radar overnight. Because of course she does. She
did make it overnight, damn. Yeah.
And she got mad at them when they were like, wow, you did it that fast? Well, you people ain't taking this shit serious enough. They clearly mentioned they don't give a fuck about the wish. This shit's just fun to them. And Beerus, if he got a wish that he actually wanted to wish for, he'd probably just wipe out all of fucking existence.
He made that look where he's like, am I fucking with you?
And she also points out the flaw in Champa's wish. Oh, no, yeah, never mind. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, Beerus is like, he can wish all existence away. So she's like, no, we got to find Universe 7's Dragon Balls if the universes are mirrored to one another. We got to find ours so we can counter whatever the fuck wish he makes.
There was at least about 2-3 episodes where the person who was taking it the most serious was Bulma. Mm-hmm. They were just like, yeah, we get to fight. Bulma was like, we could die.
Which is, that's her job. She's got to be the smart one. No, you guys need to understand this. Apparently, Vegeta didn't know Bulma had a sister because she mentions, I need to tell my sister. Wait, you have a sister? I get Goku not knowing, but damn. Tights just doesn't.
Husband? Right.
Yeah, whatever Tights going on with, didn't know. But Bulma calls Jocko at the end of the episode to try and help her find the fucking Dragon Balls because they can't sense the Super Dragon Ball from where they're standing because it's within the entire fucking universe. So, episode 30, Kakarot and Vegeta go off to try and fill out the team. Goku apparently lied to Chi-Chi about what's going on, talking about some kind of picnic or whatever, which eventually gets to Krillin because Chi-Chi calls 18, like, oh, we're going on a big,
Oh yeah,
picnic thing. And so Krillin's like, hey, what's going on here? And it was funny with Krillin's Chi-Chi and 18 impersonations. I just thought it was funny that he had those.
Oh, I don't even remember him doing those.
He's just like, yeah, and then Chi-Chi was like, Goku, gonna do and 18, Krillin, you gotta do blah blah blah.
Oh, I did not. I gotta rewatch it.
So, yeah, but it was weird that when Vegeta and eventually they do explain everything going on to Krillin, and this episode's practically a fucking clip show. But
thank you. I was gonna
funny.
say this whole episode was just a recap clip show. Yes,
yeah, but it was funny that whenever Vegeta was explaining it to Krillin, the narrator took over. And Goku interrupted him, and it was in Goku's voice, and he's like, Goku, do you want to say it or me? Okay, you can continue. Then the narrator goes in, as I was saying, blah, blah, blah.
Goku, that was the only thing that was really good about this episode, because like you said, it's a clip show, but him and the narrator having a little dumbass argument, that shit was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Shit was funny.
Yeah, and then when they mentioned Boo, as a potential teammate, Goku casually drops information about baby Oob being in existence. By the way, we brought Boo's evil half back as a baby, and he's off in Africa somewhere. Don't worry about it. So Oob does get born and exist, but he ain't gonna be relevant anytime soon. Pretty much is what they were saying. Like, don't worry, Oob happens, GT fans. So yeah, but Goku eventually they do try to get Boo to join the team, and Goku promises Boo a wish if he joins them, not even knowing anything about the Super Dragon Balls. He's just like, we could have 3 Dragon Balls with ours, and this is super powerful. Of course it's gonna have it. And Boo actually is like, fine, we do it. And they're like, what? What is Boo gonna wish for? Boo not wish for anything. Boo gets everything he wants from Hercule. He wished something for Hercule himself. So that was pretty cute that Boo wants to get a wish so he can wish for something.
Oh, little buddy.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cute. But yeah, Biss, we mentioned to the Beard how Kakarot's changing him, could go through more clip show shit. The kids want to fight too. Vegeta says no because they can't fight without fusing, and thus they wouldn't be strong enough because they're kids.
Right.
Meanwhile, Piccolo's training Gohan. Gohan's trying to get trained up to be a fighter again. He wanted to be on the team because, he's like, I gotta get stronger because I want to protect my wife and kid. Oh shit, I got a science conference that day. So, Dad Han steps out of the competition.
He joined just to instantly say, actually, never mind.
He's like, wait, it's in 5 days? Sorry, science conference. So,
bitch, sit your ass down. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Dad Han, took the place of Gohan for that one. Like, no, I can't. So Piccolo joins the team anyway. So they're like, well, Piccolo, you want to join? I guess. So Jocko, continues to be, in your words, full of shit.
Jocko, I love it, but he's so full of shit.
Because he was talking about how fast his spaceship was. He hasn't shown up yet for this whole episode. Goku and Vegeta decide to train in the hyperbolic time chamber for the next 3 days or 3 years. While Beerus and Whis go to retrieve Manaka in the episode. Episode 31. It starts with Jocko being mad about a situation, accidentally blowing up a galactic monument, blames it on some wanted criminal who's a dining dasher on a galactic scale.
This motherfucker must have been dining dashing everywhere to be wanted in the whole fucking goddamn galaxy universe for dining and dashing. This motherfucker must be just out of like, what was he eating and where? God damn. Anyway.
Yeah. So Bulma eventually gets, Jocko to take her to some dude named Zuno because she asked him to help her look for the universe Dragon Ball.
He's the all-knowing dude, so they need to get information. That's
and the closest thing that Jocko could think of was taking him to the all-knowing dude Zuno, who's like an oracle of the universe. Yes. Yeah. And it was funny because, as they're getting on the spaceship, Vegeta actually turns to Jocko and he's like, "Don't try any funny business with my wife." I'm like, that's hilarious. Just jealous Vegeta is just funny to me. And he also mentions to Kakarot as they leave because Bulma says something, relatively bitchy. And he's like, "Oh, she's so mad." He's like, "At the end of the day, though, that's what I like about her." Yeah, I kind of like that about Chi Chi too. He's like, "Well, this only makes sense. Saiyans like strong women."
I remember them. I remember that. I do remember that conversation.
Which makes sense because, warrior race, the women are obviously going to be strong. So that's probably going to be hardwired into you that you're going to want that kind of thing, that kind of quality.
No strong person wants a weak-willed person with them. So, yeah, that makes
sense.
No
truly strong person. Because you can have big muscles and be like, "I'm strong and I want a submissive bitch," but you ain't strong, you damn self.
Oh, I don't know where this is going.
I'm just saying. Because there are people out there that are assholes that prefer weak women. And I'm saying that's rude. Onto
the highway with this one.
Anyway.
We're about to get off on the shoulder.
Anyway, so yeah, Saiyans like strong women. Anyway, you get a flashback to Bulma when Bulma was a kid. Apparently, Jacko's been around her whole life. Sure, he has.
That was a little shoehorned in there.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, he has. Also, Tights is apparently her older sister. That's where we get the confirmation of that. Yeah, she's been around her whole life too. And Bulma also was super duper genius, even at that young level.
And we saw nothing of either of these two in Dragon Ball or Z. But okay.
Right, exactly. And Bulma acted like she didn't know what aliens was when Jocko's been around her whole life. Okay.
All right. Whatever, Toriyama. I still like your show.
Exactly. So they eventually go to Zuno's place. Apparently, lots of people come to ask, to the same place to cater to Zuno, and who has a full schedule though. So you got 7 years reservation time periods and shit like that. The wanted criminal that Jocko heard about earlier shows up. And he apparently is the one with the appointment. And Bulma's like, "Well, I guess we're gonna go home. We did all we could. We're just gonna fucking die, I guess."
He did just concede, like, well, okay.
She just guilt trips Jocko into taking action. Which I thought was funny because she's just like, "Well, I mean, you said you did everything you could in your power. So if we die, we die. I suppose we're gonna just go home now."
Right.
So Jocko actually does body the dude. Like, he does beat the dude.
Yeah, he did whip his ass.
For justice, that's why he did it. And, the minions are like, "Well, it looks like Zuno's minions who all look the same. We're like, "Well, it looks like a spot just opened up. Please, come see Lord Zuno," who's like a bigger version of his minions. Just a fucking huge, dude. And apparently you gotta, like, kiss him on the cheek to get your wishes or whatever, because he's weird like that, I guess. Jocko trying to show that the dude knows anything. He asked him about Bulma's boob size. Yeah. For people out there, apparently it's like 84 centimeters, whatever that converts to.
I think I honestly was curious. I think it's 32 inches. I think the conversion was, it went from 34 inches to, because it's SAG, now it's 32.
Okay. Okay. Whatever.
Right.
Gravity happens. But yeah, Bulma asked about the Super Dragon Balls. Apparently, there's only one set for the two universes. They're split between the two universes.
Yeah.
And also, there's only one wish, and the dragon's name is Zaloma. Also, you gotta say something about, dragon, about wish, peas and carrots or some shit. Who knows? Anyway, Jacko goes ahead, turns into criminal, and try and blame him for blowing up the monument and shit. Also, more lolling at Vegeta, being jealous and Bulma teasing him. I fucking love their relationship. So, episode 32 starts with Dende and Popo playing tennis while the Saiyans train.
I forgot about Dende and Popo playing tennis. That did happen for a second. Yeah.
Apparently the Saiyans keep their primes, like their prime youth, or prime of their youth till age 80. So Goku and Vegeta gonna be strong for a while because Vegeta drops that while they're in the chamber. He's like,
fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking 73-year-old man whooping on a fucking 22-year-old's ass.
And when you think of how strong Roshi is at his age, and he's just a regular human out of his prime. Oh my god! I can picture old Goku having learned from his original master Roshi. Whatever it is that lets Roshi go from shriveled to fucking Jackie Chun status. Can you imagine old Goku Jackie Channing himself up
74-year-old,
into
83-year-old
fucking?
Goku. Some of the shit that he did later on in this fucking saga was like, what the fuck? So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah, Jocko shows and I love how everybody going because they treat it like a fucking vacation family
yeah.
trip flight thing, and Whis is like, all aboard the dodecahedron or whatever the hell it's called, and
Hexahedron, I think.
hexahedron. There we go. We're gonna go hop on this and just like fucking flight attendant status.
Yeah.
Jocko shows up bringing the Galactic King with him. Like, oh, he said he was interested in watching this. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Emphasis on Galactic King, not Universe
say
King.
real quick, Galactic King. The drawing, the drawing style of this motherfucker, it looked like he didn't fit in the show, or is that just me?
He probably did.
It looked like he.
I
like
agree.
He was another show.
I agree, but at the same time, not all aliens need to look humanoid.
No, I'm not talking about what he was. I'm talking about this specific
just in general
style.
Yeah,
the specific style with which he was drawn looked like it came from another show.
I'll give you that, but I also kind of like it because the universe is vast and not everybody. You're gonna have if the universe is as vast and populated as people say it is, there's gonna be some shit that don't look like it belongs because of the way we perceive things.
Okay. That actually makes sense in a way. I got you.
Yeah. So I actually kind of like that. So yeah, we go. The Saiyans show up late with facial hair. Looks hilarious. You don't see it often. Krillin shows up. Goku asks if he was summoning the dragon, which I guess was his way of talking about taking a poop. Just like Krillin's like, "Oh, I'm late." He's like, "Oh, what's going on, Krillin? Were you summoning the dragon?" Oh, tell everybody, why don't you? You know, you're taking the Browns to the Super Bowl, you're taking your talents to South Beach, all these other kind of things. Drop the kids off the pool. Now summoning the dragon could be added.
throwing it in my place of work sink.
Woo! So yeah, they go to Beerus' planet and we meet Manaka, whose name apparently he's very unassuming, speaks little. His name apparently also means large nipples because he's got large nipples. You know, but that's what they say. Don't judge a book by its cover. We're talking about the goat here.
You don't see the nipples until they say it means large nipples. At first, it was just flat. He said, "Oh, it means large nipples," and all of a sudden, now this man got nipples.
I thought he had them the whole time, but
I don't remember that shit.
Anyway. But yeah, he's very unassuming. Goku. Oh, cool, you're here. Let's spar real quick to get ready. And Beer's like, no, we are not sparring. We're saving our energy for this. Goku, like, punches the dude in the face anyway. Manaka doesn't.
That's crying.
Yeah, Manaka doesn't dodge it. But, he caught the dude off guard. So, who knows? Maybe when his guard's up, he'll be, like, ready
I'm
to
Manaka
go.
real quick. I'm Manaka.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey. Yeah, very unassuming, like I said.
All right.
But that's what they say. Real ones don't need to talk trash. They just do.
You can move on with your review, Omari. It's okay.
So yeah, Chi-Chi brings along. I will continue. So they're on the way. Chi-Chi apparently brought a grill so people can eat on the way. Everyone finally shows up. The Super Dragon Balls are all around the planet, and they're all blown away by how fucking huge they are.
They were.
And something I noticed, and I was hoping that, part of me was hoping that would be the case because I didn't notice it the first time I watched it, but when they showed all 6 of the Dragon Balls I saw, I'm like, God damn it, I'm right. The one they're missing is the 4-star because of course it's the 4-star Dragon Ball. It's always the 4-star Dragon Ball.
That's something I wasn't even thinking about that watching this, but that's funny.
So yeah. Whis redecorates the stadium because they didn't think it was cool enough, I suppose. The Kais all show up from both universes, or at least the ones that are still alive, all show up from both universes.
And Kibito and Supreme were split.
Yeah, that's right. Kibito, Kai wish to unfuse because they we can't handle this anymore. So they used their own wish, I guess, of somebody's Dragon Balls to unfuse. But yeah. The Universe, and I said the Universe 6 Kais show up, and there's the whole, hoity-toityness about what Kais are better, because of course there is. The Universe 6 Saiyans, or the Universe 6 fighters show up, including their own Frieza, who's this dude apparently named Frost, and he's blue
Frost.
instead of purple. And a robot. And this...
Clank. Yeah.
And this Saiyan named Kaba. He's like short and everything, but his name's Kaba, or Kaba. And, you know, apparently the Universe 6 Saiyans are on a planet called Sadala. Lol, salad. They're on a planet called Sadala, and they're also not conquerors like the Earth Saiyans.
Yeah, they're just strong-willed people, right?
Earth Saiyans. The Universe 7 Saiyans. They're still warriors, though. They're just not evil. Now, the tournament starts with a written test. It was Vegeta's idea, for whatever god-awful reason, to have a written test.
He said written test to make sure that you don't have just some murderous dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
The whole point is not kill nobody.
Yeah, which makes sense, but still. Boo falls asleep and fails the test. So now it's 5-4. Goku barely passes the test because he's a dumbass. Which, I'm going to go ahead and say this here because I'm probably going to forget to say it later in the interview. One thing I don't like about Dragon Ball Super as a whole is Goku is a fuck ton dumber than he is normally.
Is he really?
Let's see. I feel like they turned up the dumb on Goku. Like, some of the shit he doesn't get or know is too stupid.
Because he always lacked common sense. He did. He always lacked common sense.
But they turn it up to like 50.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, he's dumb, and I'm fine with that. But some shit is like, okay, you too dumb, Goku. I'm sorry.
okay.
They did Kakarot dirty. But yeah, so the order of the fights is determined of who's gonna do whatever. Beerus automatically is like, Manaka fights last. The rest of y'all rock paper scissors. I don't care. Manaka's fighting last. You don't want to put your ace up front, which is smart. You know, Manaka being the goat that he is, you don't want to do that. So yeah, so we had the Universe Anthem, which was kind of funny to me, and especially because it was so short. It's like 2 lines. Yeah. Like, because they had the big presentation for the national anthem like we do, you know, in America, or, you know, like we do. We have a big presentation for it. But theirs is literally like 2 lines, and everyone's like, wait, that's your national anthem?
I remember that, too.
But yeah.
The ring announcer guy, I liked. The ring announcer dude, he was basically an alien version of the ring announcer from the old World Tourney.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
And then we got the first fight determined. It's Goku versus this fat yellow mouse dude named Botamo.
I was thinking that motherfucker like fat Winnie the Pooh. Buff Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, buff Winnie the Pooh. I'm like, Winnie the Pooh is fat.
He looked like taller, buffer, still fat Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh if he like took tips from Keith Lee.
There you go.
Which is another example of being fat but not out of shape.
Exactly. Good point.
So yeah, episode 33. We got this fat dude, Botamo. He's bouncy because he's fat, and he's also annoying because he's just annoying to fight. Shit seems to bounce off of him or go into him, and he's just like, I absorb everything. Announcer seems biased early on toward Universe 6. And, you know, because Goku doesn't try at the beginning, because he always doesn't try, he's just like, I'm just gonna be regular Saiyan Goku. Everyone thinks he's weak, and then eventually he's like, okay, oh man, I really ate a lot. I need to do a quick warm-up to burn off my lunch. You know, dodging lasers and shit that Botamo's shooting. Eventually, you know, Goku judo throws him out of the ring and wins, because World Tournament rules, ring outs count as victories. Monaka seems unimpressed. Just stone-faced. Because of course he is. He's the strongest person in the universe outside of Beerus and Whis. Exactly. Look at that. That's the face of a man unimpressed. So Ciampa bitches his way into a rematch. Or he tries to bitch his way into a rematch. They don't allow it. Sorry. I had typed that as I was watching. He tries to bitch his way into a rematch. They don't allow it. So enter Frost. And Frost, he's Frieza of the 6th universe, but he's blue and he's a good guy.
Yeah,
he's a fucking humanitarian. The most good guy of all good guys. He's a Universal Peace Prize winner of Universal 6. You know, such a good guy. And I love how mad Kakarot is about Frost holding back throughout the fight as it goes on, because he's like, you need to transform to your final form because we have a Frieza. And Frost like transforms to like the third form or whatever, and he's like, "You're still not fucking transforming. Fucking go all out, Goku. You ain't even gone Super Saiyan yet. What? How you gonna be so hypocritical about that?" But
Frieza, King Cold, Cooler, Frost.
Mm-hmm. So exactly. So eventually he does go final form, and Goku goes Super Saiyan 1, and Frost is no match for fucking Kakarot because of course he isn't. And I love how fucking overwhelmingly good this guy is. He's just, we're so honorable. Honor this, honor that. Oh, by the way, he beats Goku. I guess he was stronger.
I was about to say, is he no match for him?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, turns out by the end of the episode, he does beat Goku rather easily. Guess he was stronger after all. So not only is he a good Frieza, he's a strong Frieza. Episode 34, which Frieza's really strong, by the way. I'm just joking. Episode 34. Frost continues to be so fucking honorable. Offers Kakarot a hand, much to the applause from the crowd. Yeah, much to the applause from the crowd. It's so cheesy. It's fucking awesome. Jocko, unamused, much like Monaka. Just Jocko's like, Now, Beerus trying not to be mad about the whole thing was funny because, you know, Goku being the second strongest person in the universe outside of him. Ooh, you don't want to lose that, you know, at the beginning of the fight. So that it was funny seeing him not try to be mad about it. Enter Piccolo, and no one believes in him. They're just like, fucking rough him up. Let's see how he fights and stuff. Is that all I'm good for now? Yep. Well, at least you're fucking honest about it, I guess. Into the fight, and you know, Vegeta senses something fishy going on because he doesn't think Frost should have been able to beat Kakarot based off the energy he was sensing. But you know, sometimes people just are awesome. You got to deal with that, Vegeta.
Not with a punch, man.
Yeah, exactly. So Jocko moves to watch from Vegeta's seat, and I love that they don't like each other, which is hilarious. But yeah, Piccolo immediately goes to charge in the Makakan Sapo, or Special Beam Cannon, for you people out there.
Okay.
Yeah, the original is like Makakan Sapo, which I'm happy that they say Special Beam Cannon in English, even though it sounds lame. You know, Piccolo gets shot in the leg while they're fighting. Eventually, Frost presses the advantage, but Piccolo's like, haha, bitch, my arm can stretch and I tied you up. Now, you gotta sit here and let me charge this. And then Piccolo loses the same way Kakarot did, where he just gets dizzy and like fucking starts to pass out. But with
power to punch.
Yeah, but with an added energy attack from Frost this time. Frost is really fucking strong, let me tell you. Now, Jocko claims he's cheating, but Frost is too good of a guy to cheat. Why would he cheat? Now, come on. Universe Peace Prize winner. Announcer, however, just to humor him, looks at his arm. Surprise! Frost is a cheater, and he's evil. Oh, who would have guessed? He's been evil this whole time. Lo and behold, Frieza gonna freeze. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, Piccolo was like, Frieza's in any universe, so it's not gonna be good. And it's like, damn. Ain't that fucked up?
Exactly. Lo and behold, the Frieza guy is evil. Who would have guessed?
And he Beowulfed all his achievements. It basically created the problem just to solve it and look good. I was like, this motherfucker.
And how easily he was ready to come forth with that revelation. You know, you could have just been a guy that cheated at this one fight, but you went, nah, I'm evil through and through, motherfuckers. Like that. Okay.
That's some Frieza shit.
It is, but it was just funny to me. Vegeta, however, does not let them DQ Frost because he wants to beat Frost's ass his damn self. Which takes us into
Piccolo was about to forfeit, right? Piccolo looks at him and gets what he. All right.
Yeah. You know what? Fine. Y'all done already told me like 50,000 times I can't do shit in this tournament anyway. Fine. You take it from here, Vegeta. So, episode 35. Vegeta gives no fucks about the cheating, tells the ref to let Frost cheat as much as he wants. Because, you know, things stuff. Also, he's like, you know what? This motherfucker probably wants to kill me too. Let him kill me if he can. I don't give a fuck.
Right. As that saying, pride.
Immediately, Vegeta goes Super Saiyan, bodies Frost with like one hit. Doesn't kill him though, because he doesn't want to stoop to his level. You know. And enter the robot. Magetta, I believe, is the robot's name.
So yeah.
Goku does get re-allowed to be in the tournament because Frost cheated. Even though they didn't DQ Frost, they do re-allow Goku. And, Goku still really wants to fight Monaka. Boy, does he really want to fight Monaka. And Beerus won't let him because it's too dangerous for everybody around. And we, kind of teasing Beerus about it for whatever reason, and that just stays funny. Anyway, Ciampa changes the rules, making like a little box around the ring, says, also trying to cheat in the process somehow. We don't know. It will be revealed how, but he says, well, I'm changing this. And it leads to like a rock, paper, scissors thing between him and Beerus, whatever. Meanwhile, while they're doing all their arguing, Frost tries to steal a bunch of treasure that Ciampa offered everybody so he can GTFO. But this purple dude walks up in a fucking trench coat. His name is Hit. I think he's a really fucking cool character, cool design and shit. And he bodies Frost easily like he ain't no shit. Apparently he's an assassin of high fame in Universe 6.
Boom. He's like, man, you ain't getting off that easy, bitch. Sit your ass down.
Yeah, and we also see that Vados also wasn't gonna let that happen because she looked over there like, oh, good, that problem solved itself then. All right, because she noticed Frost trying to leave too, and she's like, oh, I don't have to use my near omnipotent powers to stop this. I'll just let Hit kill him or attack him, whatever. Bottom line is, Magetta, the robot, apparently drinks lava and shit. He's not a robot, though. He's a metal man from whatever planet he's from. Universe 7 has those too, apparently.
Because everything that he was doing that seemed that it was mechanized was a part of him. It was not fake. So there you go.
It doesn't speak the galactic universal language.
Clank,
he just says like, just fucking automatopoeias for robots. Clank, clank, chug, chug. Which I thought was hilarious just as he kept talking.
Chugga, clankety, clankety. What the fuck?
But yeah, the robot, we thought he was funny, but he's also surprisingly strong and durable, takes a lot of shit from Vegeta and just shakes it off and stuff. And then we also realized why they changed this ring to be confined like it is. Because since the robot's spitting lava and stuff everywhere, it's very hot and harder to breathe within. So Vegeta's dealing with all that kind of shit by the end of the episode, which takes us to episode 36. And sure enough, like I said, that's when Ciampa reveals, yes, he rigged the match against Vegeta with the barrier thing. Jocko... Bulma gets mad hearing this, goes to choke Jocko, and he's like, nah, I saw this shit coming. Oolong, you get choked instead. Which also funny. But more lava and steam from the robot. Vegeta barely avoids a ring out because they decided to be like, hey, if you touch this new barrier, that also counts as a ring out.
Being outside the ring,
So Vegeta barely avoids it after the robot explodes its own fart. But yeah, then we all get to see something we ain't seen in a while, get the one hand here, the other hand here. Gallic gun. So that was cool, but the robot outpowers it with lava and knocks Vegeta out the ring. But wait, it's Royal Rumble rules, both feet have to touch. Oh no, it actually isn't the Royal Rumble rule. One foot has to touch, but it's the Kofi Kingston rule, where he technically isn't hitting the ground at all because there's something in between the ground and his foot.
He touched a small piece of the ring.
Yeah, very small debris from the ring.
What the fuck?
Exactly. But now Vegeta's mad because he didn't want to survive. He would have been mad if he lost, but he's also mad that he's still in on a technicality. So he gets really fucking mad, powers up so much that it just straight up breaks that barrier. and the shards go everywhere. People have to dodge him except Monaka. No shards hit him, and he's got nerves of steel. He just fucking keeps staring. Fucking concentration. That's how fucking ridiculous he is. Eventually, Vegeta goes all Final Flash on everything. Another fucking cool, awesome Vegeta move. To Magetta's credit, the lava does seem to stall the Final Flash a bit. And then Vegeta gets in, goes ready to punch him, calls him a fucking pile of junk, and it gets sad and loses its concentration. and Vegeta knocks it out the ring,
He
and it
started
just
crying.
and just starts crying. Apparently, despite to quote Whis, despite their literally thick skin, they are very sensitive when it actually comes to it, and the pile of junk thing really hurt him.
So all he would have had to do was insult it from the jump, and they were like, "You know that, Whis?" Yeah,
and he's like, "Yeah, but I'm not." You think Vegeta would have wanted me to just tell him that from the start? Part of the whole warrior thing is figuring that on your own. And it seems like the next person up is Kabba Dabba Doo, which takes us into episode 37.
Wait, what? Oh, Kabba. Okay, I was like, what? Wait, what? Okay, I got you. Okay.
See, there was this for the folks at home. There was this cartoon back in the day called The Flintstones, and there was this guy named Fred Flintstone, and he had a catchphrase that went "Yabba Dabba Doo." So yeah, Jazz doesn't remember it probably the fourth time. Bottom line, episode 37. I mean, technically, that show's before my time too. They just
that's what I said it was before both of our times.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, episode 37. We get like some puns between Beerus and Champa at the beginning about hot and cold and shit that I thought was funny. And oh hey, Yamcha's here as he makes some fucking comment. I'm like, oh, you weren't here for Battle of the Gods or the other arc, but you just so happen to be here now. Okay.
Yamcha ain't shit without Dragon Ball. I said it. Anyway.
Oh no, Yamcha is a fucking joke character now. But yeah, Universe 6 Saiyans, like I said, they're super good guys. They're protectors of the universe and all this shit. Kabba, funny enough, uses Vegeta's stance when he fights. The whole, like, hand up to the face and shit. He even knows the Gallic Gun, which he probably could have just gotten from observation, like Goku with the Kamehameha. But nonetheless, he still fucking purple beam Gallic Guns at Vegeta.
He was such a plucky young kid. Just like, I just want to fight. Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently, he's never even heard of Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
And his pluckiness and his weakness actually kind of offended Vegeta. Because, of course, it does with his Saiyan pride. Especially when he asked Vegeta to train him mid-fight. Like, could you train me on how to be Super Saiyan? So, Kabba's lack of pride and all this shit. Vegeta starts beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Won't even let the man quit. And everyone, especially Yamcha, are quick to go to Vegeta's evil again, guys. Who would have guessed? Vegeta's back to being evil. And I'm like, guys, did we not go over this, like, with the Frieza arc? Where it's like, oh, Vegeta looks like he's doing something evil. And then you guys had to be like, wait, let's think about this for a moment. Why would he just turn evil in a second? You know? But no,
I knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. And sure enough, he threatens to kill everyone in Kabba's family and blow up planet Sadala, and it pisses off Kabba to Super Saiyan levels. And you know, Kabba's actually decently strong at Super Saiyan 1 level, and Vegeta's like so fucking happy. But as strong as Kabba is, he ain't Super Saiyan Blue though. Vegeta just goes Super Saiyan Blue, bodies him, and then yells at him to train harder so he can surpass him. And he's like, and Kabba's like, you remind me of Sadala's king. Oh, I should like to meet him someday. Yes, sir, that would be cool. A nice little bonding thing, you know, which was kind of cool. Yeah. And now we enter Hit, the last person standing for Team Purple or Team Universe 6. And you know, episode ends. New ending theme, still in the middle of an arc. I don't know why y'all don't wait till the arc fucking ends before you do ending themes, but whatever. Episode 38. If I haven't mentioned it before, which I have, cool. Hit looks cool as shit. Monaka barely paying attention this whole time. Such matters are beneath someone of his stature. Vegeta goes straight to Super Saiyan Blue. He ain't pulling a Kakarot with this. He's like, I know you're a fucking threat. I'm going Super Saiyan Blue from the back. But Hit is really, really fast. Beats the shit out of Vegeta. Vegeta just gets bodied. Sorry, Vegeta, but when the opponent has some actual skill, you're not allowed to be stronger than him. Eternally gonna be like the weak one. Even Jocko can't see how fast. It's true though.
Yeah.
He beat everybody else on technicalities and then fights someone with actual skill. Loses instantly. Jocko, and I say this as a Vegeta fan, people. I'm saying it kind of from an upset standpoint, not that I hate Vegeta. Jocko can't even see. Jocko, who's shown that he has better eyesight than everybody, he can't even see how fast Hit is. The Galactic King mentioned something about time skipping, which probably is what Hit is doing.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Vegeta gives no clues on how to fight Hit because he's mad. Because fuck a nigga named Goku. And Whis also seems to agree because it's martial artists should learn shit on their own anyway. Kind of like when he didn't tell Vegeta about the sensitivity thing. So Whis does let it slip that, he thinks Monaka is a fucking scrub, but let's be honest, that's not the case. Clearly we don't know things, but that's what he claims, that Beerus is only using Monaka as a ruse to motivate the Saiyans. I don't believe it, though. Anyway, Goku, naturally, despite seeing the fact that Hit beat the shit out of Vegeta, starts in normal form, not taking it seriously.
Fucking Goku.
Because of course he does. Now, apparently, Hit is 1,000 years old. He mentions, like, the fact that you put all your shit up, because Goku's like, I'm gonna try to do this, that, and the other. He's like, you're clearly way too fucking young. What do you know about young? I'm 1,000 years old. Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
So Goku makes no progress early on until he mentions that he has a hint at Hit's ability, and sure enough blocks an attack, landing a hit showing that he has started to figure it out, and both claim that they're going to take the fight seriously, leading into episode 39, where Goku has a full upper hand at the start. Like, oh, we can see Goku actually does know what the fuck he's talking about, and we, the audience, can start seeing the like time skip and time stop. Remove the quotes from around probably. He is using time skip.
0.1 seconds in the future. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the fighting continues, and however, Hit starts landing more and more blows because he's like, fine, if you're going to randomly improve, I'll just randomly improve during a fucking fight. And I never needed to try and stop time for longer, so let's try. Oh, look, I can, because I'm 1,000 years old and I've been doing this for a while. Right. Which, when I think of it that way, makes a little bit more sense, I guess. Because I remember when I first saw it, I'm like, what kind of bullshit?
I thought it made sense. It's like, if like you said, 1,000 years old. It's like, well, if the Saiyan mindset is I can watch and improve, like while I fight you, it makes sense that some hugely well-known assassin who is 1,000 years old, ridiculously smart, could also do this.
And seemingly strongest person in Universe 6.
Yeah, I didn't call bullshit on that. I was like, that makes sense.
I didn't this time. I think the first time I watched it, I did.
Okay.
But Goku's made of bullshit, so calling bullshit doesn't really matter that much. So Hit keeps increasing his time skip longer and longer every time Goku seems to adapt to it. But then Goku busts out the Kaioken, or the Kaioken. Hasn't done it in ages since the fucking Namek saga. But he's like, I'm doing it now, mixed with fucking Super Saiyan Blue. Now, Hit gets ready to attack him during the power-up, but decides he wants to go full Saiyan and let him do it so he can test himself. I know Hit's not a Saiyan, but that's that Saiyan mindset.
Yeah. Huh? It's a very Goku.
Yeah. So he's like, no, I'll let you do it. Vegeta gets a flashback to when Goku bodied him with the Kaioken, and when he sees him do it, Vegeta's like, damn it, he leapt past me again. I'm like, Vegeta, there's no he leapt past you again. You were never ahead of him to begin with, unfortunately. And you never will be. Goku takes it to times 10, which, which makes him too fast for Hit's times it, and he fires a Kamehameha as the episode ends. Episode 40, Kamehameha damn near kills everyone by breaking the barrier, causing the vacuum of space to almost suck everybody out.
I forgot about that.
The fucking god siblings, Whis and Vados, seal it and save everybody. But Hit just keeps getting better to match Goku. But only... Oh yeah, Goku's like, so many tough opponents from Universe 6. And I'm like, no, only one of them's actually tough, Goku, and that's the one you're fighting.
Magetta was cool.
He was cool, but he's not actually hard to beat. He just had a fucking gimmick. Like, everybody else is just cheating, or Cabba's there because he's a Saiyan.
True.
The only person there with any skill, and that's why they let Vegeta. That's why Vegeta was able to beat 4 of them. Or 3 of them. But yeah. So, Hit finally improves too much for Goku. Or does he? Haha! Goku, being Goku, finds a way to power her out. Also, Goku wants to lift all the rules so Hit can go all out because, of course, he does. He wants his opponent to be able to do as much as he can. Because Hit does when he beats Vegeta, like, look, if I'm not allowed to kill him, you need to call this match.
Right.
And he tried to do it with Goku too, and he's like, "Look, I know you're holding back because you're used to killing people, so I want you to be able to go all out." But eventually, Beerus and Champa start arguing over whether or not the rules should be changed and shit. And Goku's like, "You know what? I'm just gonna step out because this is causing a lot of strain on my body. We'll fight seriously later, Hit." So Goku quits the fight, and then
he just walks up the ring.
Then he powers down from Kaioken and Super Saiyan Blue, and then he gets Bonitis. Do you know what Bonitis is? You ever seen Futurama? Look it up sometime. Look it up sometime. But pretty much, it's a more extreme version of the shit that looked like it was happening to Goku at the end of that. Just like, oh god, I'm in pain. Oh god, Bonitis. So we're like, fuck. And they're like, oh god, we're gonna lose. But then we forgot. We still got the GOAT up here. Enter Monaka. He seems like he's scared shitless, but it's all a fucking ruse. Can't even jump into the ring right. Lands on his head. Or can he? Because Goku definitely believes Monaka still got some shit up his sleeve. And Goku knows strong fighters when he sees them, let's be honest. And Monaka, GOAT that he is, beats Hit with one attack. Just punches him. Hit goes flying out the ring. Nothing suspicious to see here, And I will say, because Goku, throughout the rest of the episode, whenever he talks, you just hear like pops and stuff. And it hurts me as someone with joint issues whose bones pop and shit anyway. Just hearing the like extra loud in the show, I'm like, but yeah. So Hit claims he threw the fight. You gotta save face. Champa is about to kill everyone, for losing when someone shows up who actually makes Beerus and Champa shit their pants.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody shits their pants around Beerus and Champa, but this person, this little thing in the center of the ring, Lord Zeno or something, I couldn't get the full thing at the end of that episode. But yeah, so that takes us to episode 41, where I love the dub narrator saying the episode title. Come forth, dragon, and grant my wish, peas and carrots.
Oh, he said it. He said it. So it was like so emphatically.
Yeah, peas and carrots. But yeah, apparently this little thing looks like a fucking 5-year-old.
Yeah,
is the ruler of the multiverse of all 12 universes. This little 5-year-old looking thing rules them all, and talking thing. It also talks like a fucking 5-year-old. Its name is Zeno, and it has its own little like guards around them. The Destructo twins and the Kais, all treat them like folks treat the Destructo twins and the Kais, like as I mentioned last episode. Zeno does not like the fact that they had a tourney without asking him. That's why he's here. But he also is like, but it was fun, so I'll allow it. Because fun stuff's fun. And I'm 5, by the way. He's not 5.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Right, but I'm saying, that's how he sounds. Like,
right.
It was like, it was fun, I allow it. And Goku, being his usual casual self, like, oh, hey, little buddy, how you doing? Got everybody scared and offended, except for Zeno, who's just like, it's okay, he can talk like that. And Goku offers him a handshake, damn near lifts him off, or literally lifts him off the ground and shit.
Wasn't it the whole Zeno, like Zeno appreciated that he didn't treat him like he was holier than thou or something?
I don't think he ever actually said it, but that's probably what's going on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's one of those things kind of like why you don't watch Naruto, never mind. I was gonna say kind of like Konohamaru like Naruto because he didn't treat him with fucking kid gloves, but you didn't watch Naruto. But yeah, anyway, so seems everything's friendly, and Champa's like, and Zeno's like, you know what? Let's have this tournament was fun. Maybe one day we should have a tournament with all the universes versus one another. Wouldn't that be fun too? That'd probably be more fun. And they're like, cool. So Champa decides, rather than kill all the people on his team, he'll let them live because he needs them to fight in the next one.
He's about to kill him too.
Mm-hmm. for losing. And it was funny because Kaba, as he's leaving, calls Vegeta master like 5 times. And Vegeta's like, don't call me your fucking master, or I'm not your master.
Vegeta acted like they didn't have any touching moment after the tournament was over.
I mean, he barely treats his son and wife like they have touching moments. So let's be honest. That's just how Vegeta is going to do.
Hit also acted like didn't nobody say shit about me and Goku gonna be cool and nothing. Hit was that made sense for Hit though because he's an assassin. So.
Mm-hmm. And Goku almost wanted an immediate rematch with Hit. Like, how about we meet up in 2 days, 3 days, anytime soon, so we can have a rematch.
He was like
this. We can fight on your universe if that's better for you. And Hercule, meanwhile, is trying to recruit Monaka because, of course, you want to recruit a goat like Monaka. But he didn't, But surprise, after the Universe 6 people leave, Bulma uses the radar to look for the 7th Dragon Ball. Surprise! The planet they were on was the Dragon Ball, which is why it didn't have a name. Kind of makes sense when you think about it. Because it wasn't a planet to begin with. But yeah. And speaking of the goat Monaka, he's the one to help point it out because they were looking at the radar and they were confused because it said it says all Dragon Balls should be in the same area, but we see them. Usually, if you look at a map and you can't tell stuff, you probably think 3-dimensionally it's probably below us or some shit. And sure enough, it was. So they summoned the dragon, and this
you might as well have said or some shit at the end of that.
But, yeah, and this fucking dragon is huge. And they summoned the dragon using the divine tongue to say, come forth, eternal dragon, and grant my wish. Peas and carrots. But you have to say it in the divine tongue. Except for the peas and carrots part, because that's not in the fucking divine tongue. There's no phrase like that. So it's peas and carrots.
Yeah. It was so stupid. I liked it, but it was.
So yeah, dragon comes out. It is huge, like literally astronomically huge. Like whole solar systems are practically scattered around it like stars in the sky. That's how fucking huge this thing. They have to go inside to talk to its essence and all this shit. Beerus makes a wish in the same god language, so no one present knows what it is. He claims he wished for a bed. He actually wished for Earth to be remade in Universe 7's image in Champa's world, so that Champa can have access to all that food, And it turns out, in his off time, when he's not, out there being the goat of all martial arts for the universe, Monaka's a delivery guy. They mentioned that at the end. Also, everyone goes home in the episode. So that's the main part of the arc. Now we got our fucking filler episodes to finish out this arc. The first one being a fun filler victory party thrown by Bulma, invites everybody, Beerus, Whis, and the legend Monaka to the party. But, in all serious, Monaka's busy with work. In all serious about this whole Monaka and stuff. He's busy, so he can't show up to the party. He's got work to do. So Jaka orders food to the party, and Monaka delivers it because it is his day job. He didn't know what he was doing. And Hercule's like, hey, look, this is a mascot suit for my dojo. I remember when I asked you to be part of my dojo? And like, what? The kids show up, and they fuck around being kids, and they knock Monaka down. And it seems like he may not be as strong as we believed the whole time. But I don't believe it. I think there's, all some kind of rules. So Beerus shows up, Goku right after him. Goku, and, because everyone's trying to claim Monaka's not as strong as everyone thinks he is, and they really don't want Goku to fight him. Which, again, I'm pretty sure. Whatever. So Goku wants to fight Monaka badly because he sees him.
Get it? No, I'm joking.
Goku wants to fight Monaka badly, but Chi-Chi bitches at Goku, and then Bulma bitches at Beerus for not inviting Monaka like he said he would. Which I think also had another thing with a fucking slap at some point. Like,
Right.
Damn, Bulma.
Bulma don't give a fuck.
But yeah, just talking down to him. Eventually, the kids come up with an idea, like, So things could be easier for Goku, and so we don't really risk everything going crazy. Let's just have Beerus fight Goku in a Monaka disguise, using the mascot costume that Hercule had. So, they're fighting, and eventually, while they're fighting, because it's ended up being Beerus versus Goku fighting while Beerus
I think they revealed it by this time, Pete, but you can keep going.
So they what is it? Yeah, they're fighting. Eventually, while fighting, he and Kakarot start enjoying it and getting into the fight way too fucking much. Also, the mascot suit keeps tearing, but Goku's really fucking stupid and doesn't realize all the purple shit coming out.
I think Goku even says, "Oh, he fights just like Beerus."
Or his energy similar to Lord Beerus. But Goku, he's like, his energy similar to Beerus, but that's just because he's stronger than I am.
What you mean when you say he's dumber than dumb?
Yeah, and like as the series and as the episode keeps going, it's like I was like, is it bad that I want to be Beerus and Whis levels of strength? Not just because they're near omnipotent guys, but solely so I can eat like they do and not care about anything else. Because they're like, Whis, everything's gonna go, and he's just like eating a steak. Like not giving a fuck.
Them motherfuckers be coming from food.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, I want to be able to eat with that kind of fucking not a care about anything just because I'm that fucking literally godlike.
Yeah, literally, right.
But eventually we stops the fight, and so does Beerus. It's Poir turned into Beerus. And then Yamcha's dumbass just goes, oh, well, good thing Madaka missed the whole fight. Like, after they go through all this shit.
He was sitting here the whole time.
Yeah. And it's like, you fucking dumbass. But
like, all that work.
Yeah, but Goku's even dumber. And goes, whoa, you can you can, like, duplicate yourself? Okay, whatever.
That is dumber than dumb.
It's not like, someone at the party knows how. It's not like there aren't two people at the party that know how to shapeshift. And could have been that other Beerus or even that other Monaka. I'd at least accept, Poir's turned into, because he didn't see Poir, because Poir was still kind of looking like Beerus at the time. Could have at least assumed it was Poir or Oolong or some shit, but no. Mm-hmm. So yeah, episode 43, we come around. Goku feels weird at the beginning. Apparently his power's all out of whack because he fucked himself up doing Kaioken and Super Saiyan Blue at the same time. And we get some funny instant transmission scenes with him trying to go to King Kai's planet, but his energy's out of whack, so he goes everywhere, including to Bulma's room at night.
Yeah, that was funny as shit.
Which Vegeta and her get mad about. He's like, look, I'm not here to see your saggy boobs anyway, bitch. And then, like...
Wait, did he say I'm not here to see your saggy breasts? Did he say that?
In the Japanese, he's like, I'm not here just to see your saggy boobs. Because either way, he's like, I'm here by accident. And then this one, he's like, I'm not here to see your boobies, Bulma. After all, they're sagging now. And it's like...
Oh, you did say that. Yeah, I think you did. Shit.
And I'm like, damn. What? Anyway, so they go around and see, like I said, side effect from the tourney. King Kai tells Goku, dude, you need to fucking chill. Take it easy. Cause
he had a DOED, delayed onset energy disorder.
Yeah, exactly. And, Goku doesn't want to take it easy. He's like, well, you need to. Meanwhile, Dad Han's at a work meeting, get us a call from Goku, talk about the whole situation. Pilaf gang eavesdrops, and they're like, we're going, and the Sun family, Goku, Chi-Chi, Goten, all visit baby Pan, or babysitter. Piccolo tries to leave him with stuff, but he's bonded with Pan so much, he can't help but stay himself anyway, which was kind of funny, just seeing Piccolo be all, she needs her diaper and so and so so and so, secret story and blah 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 blah. I'm like, that's cute. But it was also cute seeing Goku bond with Pan, because there's the whole jokes about, Goku's not an actual dad, Piccolo's Gohan's real father and all this shit. I'm like, look, guys, I'm not getting into that. This is long enough. But bottom line is, Goku does actually care about his kids, people. Yeah. So yeah, he's training, he's playing with baby Pan and stuff. Eventually the Pilaf gang try to rob the house / attack Goku, because he doesn't have his energy. Now's the time. But they accidentally, when shit starts going crazy, they accidentally kidnap Pan trying to leave when they realize that that Pan was outside and they're gonna get in trouble and shit. Insert shenanigans with them and the baby. Ha ha ha. Babies poop. Babies do all this other shit. Babies be babies. Eventually, everybody's frustrated that they can't find Pan. Goku cries her name out and she just fucking flies her way home, breaks the fucking mech that she's in, and flies home. And, because Saiyan.
And weren't the Pilaf gang holding on to her while she was carrying them back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And eventually, we find out, she's at home. Everybody finds her. Dad Han turned down the new job so he could stay home as a family man. Cue to sad Chi-Chi. Because, he won't be even more rich. She's not looking at the picture. I'm not even saying she's not looking at the big picture. She's not looking at the picture at all.
That's funny.
Episode 44. I remembered not liking this little next 3 episodes when I first saw it.
Is this Potiphar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember not liking it when I first saw it, but here we go. Due to a mix-up while he's making his deliveries on his job and stuff, because he came to give Bulma some shit, and then she made him do shit like she is, because she's Bulma, and you gotta do what Bulma says, because she's Bulma. Eventually the kids, being kids, Goten and Trunks, being kids, they get wrapped up in a side quest, trapped in the back of his delivery van and shit. They go to some planet, Potafu, deal with some space old dude getting bullied by ruffians. Kids intervene. The ruffians take Monaka hostage because he fell asleep or some shit. They unleash the Super Saiyan water. Bulma blackmails
Superhuman water.
Yeah.
You said Super Saiyan water.
Well, superhuman water.
You looked at me like, what? I was just,
what did I say? Yeah. Eventually, Bulma blackmails Jocko into taking Vegeta to the planet where the kids are. They still don't like each other, by the way. Vegeta arrives in time to save the day, but the purple stuff engulfs him and takes his strength. We find out that the superhuman water, does that to people, and it's pretty much claiming it's the new Vegeta now, possesses his powers and his reservations about certain things. So it's like his whole personality into this purple stuff, except for the fact that it knows it's purple stuff. Jocko tries to show off early on and then gets left behind by everybody to fight the purple stuff on his own, which he didn't like. Eventually, it's old dude reveals that it's called the purple stuff's called Kamezan or some shit instead of the superhuman water. Pretty much, it absorbs people's personalities and powers, and it wiped out his race with them trying to seal it with the pacifier thing and a lock. It pretty much was a weapon of mass destruction they came up with, that it went haywire. Old dude's the last dude of his own race, because the victims of the thing die and they disappear into nothingness, which is gonna happen to Vegeta. So everybody's got to beat Copy Veggie. So Gotenks are the first to try, and even though they know he's the strongest, the real Vegeta, they don't go Super Saiyan 3 immediately, because of course they don't. But by the time they do, Goku and King Kai sense that Gotenks is fighting Vegeta, so Goku shows up to fight Copy Veggie. Copy Veggie's too prideful to give in to the hive mind, because the hive mind's like, absorb Goku too. Fuck you!
Right.
And Goku, stupid by the way, when he first gets there, doesn't know which one's the real Vegeta, despite everyone telling him that the purple one's the fake one. Could you write this down?
So does that add to the list of Goku stupid?
Yes, I feel like you should be able to put 5 and 6 together in this situation, especially when everyone's telling you what the situation is and you keep going, huh? Okay, stupider version. Huh? Anyway, he's like, alright, I gotta fight. After all, the goat over there, Bonaka's here, and he's gonna be watching me fight. I gotta get into this. So
Pete, they didn't been revealed.
So you get to episode 46, and, it's an emergency, or Vegeta will die, is the situation here. So, naturally, Goku goes easy on Copy Veggie from the start. Why start off a Super Saiyan or anything? You only have a time limit.
He's not dying and fading away at a rabbit raid or anything.
Exactly, So Vegeta starts getting mad and starts coaching Copy Veggie, and also doesn't because he really doesn't want to lose to Goku. But then he starts coaching Goku too, because he doesn't want Goku to lose to a mere copy of himself. And so, like, watching this whole fight is like torture to him. Just he hates it. They eventually both go blue. The guy goes, hey, this pacifier has an antidote in it. You should probably suck on it. He doesn't call it a pacifier. He's just like, this has some of the antidote / seal in it. You should probably suck on this to slow your dying process because they're being stupid. Okay, do that. And he's like, by the way, you can defeat the purple stuff by breaking the original crystal. It's like, why the fuck did you tell them? I've been guarding the seal for 100 years. I'm old. Okay, let's go find the original purple stuff so we could do it. They go to do so. The Goop, Jocko falls on one point. The Goop doesn't even bother trying to copy him because of how weak he is. Eventually the Goop sneaks up on the party because they all go back to Vegeta because Trunks is worried about his dad. And Vegeta sees the Goop getting ready to, try and absorb Trunks. He's like, Trunks, no! Drops the pacifier. Almost dies while he's trying to protect it. But then the Goop is defeated because the goat, Manaka, having lulled the Goop into false sense of security, crushes the crystal. GOAT.
Oh, he didn't. Because there's no way that he just accidentally stepped on it while backing up out of fear. That's not what happened.
I said, he lulled it into a false sense of security.
My bad. I saw something different. I apologize. That was my fault.
Yeah, so and Goku then beats Copy Veggie because it's weaker now and all this shit. Vegeta lives. So the episode, Vegeta apparently didn't know what a pacifier was this whole time. Also hilarious.
What the fuck?
Also hilarious.
You had a child, bitch. I know you might not have been home all the time for it, but still. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, and then the episode ends, everybody laughing. Ha ha, funny hijinks. And then episode ends with some blue-haired kid with a sword running through an apocalyptic wasteland. Who could that be? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Super.
They show his face.
They do, but who is it? Some blue-haired dude with a sword. I don't know.
And then also, first of all, they show his face, so you already know because we've already seen this person.
Have we? He looks a lot like Trunks from the future, but Trunks had whitish or purplish hair. He didn't have blue hair.
Well, first of all, we see this person in Z, and then second of all, the Saga title spoils it. Okay. All right.
No, it's just funny to me because I remember people got so fucking pissed that Trunks had blue hair in Super.
Oh, that did not.
That his hair was the wrong color.
I didn't even think about that. That did not bother me.
I just wanted to do the whole joke like, who could this blue-haired kid be? Clearly, that's not Trunks. His hair's the wrong color.
People got that mad for real.
Yes.
Wow.
And then other people are like, you do realize there's like IRL things where sometimes babies will be born with one hair color or even a skin tone that gets darker or changes as they get older. This shit happens.
It just changes, period, but even more so because of the sun.
Mm-hmm. And his mom has blue hair, so him getting older and having blue hair is not that far out of the question if it was like purplish at one point.
It ain't like the motherfucker all of a sudden had red hair or some shit.
But wouldn't that be quite the red herring? So, the arc is over.
That was a great segue, so I'm not going to stop you, but fuck you. So I basically already had my rating, to be honest, a few episodes in, and I was like, okay, it's too early, Jazz, but it pretty much stayed. So before I say what I'm gonna say, you go ahead. Let me hear your thoughts on the whole saga. I'm curious.
Well, I have a feeling how you feel. I like the arc. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the arc. I liked having the new people introduced and everything. The Manaka thing is kind of silly. I obviously the guy is weak and blah blah blah. I just felt like going overly ham with the goat Manaka thing, kind of to try to annoy you. But
that's funny though.
So yeah, but Manaka, that was about the one thing that I was like, okay, really? I kind of wished that he was surprisingly strong, in all honesty.
Yeah.
But the whole they kind of let you know right off the bat when Goku punches him in the face that he's not what Beerus is cracking him up to be.
Fucking crying.
Hmm. Um, so that was cool. I like the idea of other Saiyans and stuff like that because they're one of my favorite races in fiction. Hit was a cool addition. Didn't really care for, you know, Keith Lee the Pooh or the robot. Frost was all right. I like the idea of an alternate universe. I like the idea of a good guy Frieza, and then I like the idea of being like, nah, JK, it's bad guy Frieza still.
Frieza's always just Frieza.
Frieza
Yeah.
gonna freeze, as I say.
Mm.
Um, but all in all, I liked the arc as a whole. It had some silly shit, peas and carrots for one. I didn't like the Potafu thing, and if I have to lump that in here with those, that definitely detracts.
Mm.
Um, because I also feel like we don't need like we get enough of it in the main series. We don't need an extra mini arc to help hammer the nail home that Vegeta is inferior to Goku.
Oh.
Um, we literally just spent the whole tournament arc doing that. But yeah, 7, 7.
7?
Yeah, not like a 7.5 or anything higher. Probably a 7. Because I won't give it like a below average or anything. Because I liked a lot of the shit that happened.
See, okay, so I'm watching the arc, right? And this is coming off of Battle of the Gods, Resurrection F, Beerus, the God of Destruction saga, and Golden Frieza saga, right? Mm-hmm. So now we're going into this. So we basically saw both of the sagas in episodic and movie form, and now we're going into an episodic just made for Super saga. Yeah. All right, let's go. I'm ready. Strap in, let's get it, right? All right. So I'm watching this shit, and my initial first thought, there were a lot of things that this shit did right, but my initial first thought watching the first few episodes of this saga was, while there were some things that I did very much enjoy and things that I thought they did, and this the initial thoughts, I was like, y'all doing some stuff great, and I enjoy it, but get to the fucking point. I'm sorry. The first few episodes, it was just like, I know you're gonna throw a fucking tournament because you're clearly making it. At first, I didn't realize, but I was like, okay, we're making it going to throw a tournament. Let's just say we're gonna throw a tournament. The way they did the exposition of getting there was very tasteful, because if you watch enough movies or TV shows and things like that, I've seen a good amount of movies, been in plays, whatever. The exposition, so the audience knows what's going on, can always be some of the hardest shit to get across with it without it coming across boring. Mm-hmm. So they did it really well. How about we make it like the world tournament rules, and we're gonna fight, for Earth and for food. And I was like, okay, the way they did it was tasteful, so we know what the thing is. After we do that, okay, we know what we're doing. Get to the fucking tournament. I don't know. To me, it felt as if it was taking so long to get there.
I don't know as much, because in all honesty, like, maybe you remove Bulma looking for the dude, but they actually only spend like an extra episode, maybe 2, to get to the tournament. In all honesty, because there's the first 2 episodes where they talk about the tournament, and here's Champa, here's what Champa's actually about, and here's who he is with Vegeta. Right, with Beerus and him and Vados. The next one is them coming up with the idea for the tournament. The third one is finding out what the deal with the Super Dragon Balls is / recruiting. And the fourth one pretty much ends with them all arriving on the fucking thing to start the tournament.
But I know
episodes, I will tell you, but mainly because I'm into the fighting when it comes to DBZ and stuff. I will say the episodes felt like they were longer to watch because there was no fighting or action, because it was exposition. But I feel like they didn't. When I break it down like that, it's not as bad they could have probably, like I said, they probably could have just taken out Bulma going to talk to Zuno about the Super Dragon Balls, or at least take out the
Yes, I
Jocko
was going to
plot
talk about
line.
that too.
So, and that could just be solved by not having the Super Dragon Balls, I guess.
But we needed the Super Dragon Balls for part of the point of what they were making in the saga.
Yeah, and I guess you could have just had where, well, maybe not taking them out, but take out the whole the Earthlings need to know what the Super Dragon Balls are and anything about them,
Well,
because
and again, that's why I say as much as I might not have liked certain stuff, there was some stuff within the arc as far as exposition went that I thought they did well. In the sense of us, the audience, we need to know the difference between regular Dragon Balls and Super Dragon Balls if you're going to introduce Super Dragon Balls to us. So that was uh filler, except for that one part with Zuno, filler-ish episode, but that was their way of, in a attempt at being exciting way of
or
telling us what the fuck these are.
or even not
So
necessarily
I got it.
exciting. It's more
I'm more
natural
interested.
to the universe.
Yeah, so I got it. It made sense the way they did it, and I actually give them props for if they're gonna introduce the Super Dragon Balls instead of just I randomly know what they are, which that would have been like, okay, how the fuck do you know? So it made it, and then if for we just randomly saying it's at one point, that would have been something. They tried to create something a little more interesting with the exposition of we created these things. Okay, audience, this is what this is. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, some human computer all knowing thing, computer mind all knowing thing telling us that makes sense. And I know in the grand scheme of things with the whole saga that it did not take as long as it felt to get to the tournament, but it felt like we didn't need the episode with Krillin, the clip show episode. Um, it didn't hurt.
I will
We
give
didn't
you
need
the
it.
Krillin episode. I forgot about the clip show. We
We didn't
didn't
really
really
need it.
need the
It didn't
clip
hurt.
show,
It was
but
fun. We didn't really need it.
mm,
Also, and I'm also not one of those people where DBZ has or DB Super has to just be fight, 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 fight. But it's just when I guess not even every movie or every TV show I watch, but in some cases, if you're constantly talking about the thing, and then we don't get it takes a or seemingly takes a while to get to the thing, then it's like okay,
yeah, I think the only thing, because I did forget about the clip show episode, so there's an episode thrown in there. But I personally, I think that's the only thing they really could have omitted was the clip show aspect of that.
uh,
No, because like I said, you could get rid of the Jocko and space thing, but it also probably wouldn't have made sense for them to just walk up to Zuno and him not be someone with that kind of knowledge that everyone in the universe outside of Earth knows about. They
it makes
would be
sense.
in high demand. So get a way to get a thing aside from just have Vegeta show up and be like, "Bitch, tell me about the shit or I kill you." So
That was basically an episode for exposition.
mm-hmm. That's why I was like, you could probably cut some of that out, but at the same time, getting there in a more natural to the way they would do it and with the way the series is built.
No, I
Way
get it.
the only thing, like I said, the stuff that I really could have dealt with that was the Potafu shit, which is
Yeah,
after the tournament. Like we didn't
but
need
what,
3 episodes, or if we are gonna do it, we don't need 3 episodes on Potafu.
no, we didn't. What I was gonna say was when we finally get to the tournament, though, everything surrounding the tournament, I really enjoyed. I loved Frost. You think that he's nice, and I'm like, damn, this Frieza nice as shit. But also, when you watching him fight, and you're like, why the fuck is everybody suddenly getting dizzy? That was weird. And then you find out, oh, like you say, Frieza's gonna freeze, no matter where the fuck they come from. They just freeze us. Hit was dope, and I did like I can jump zero point 0.1 second in the future, and that's good enough. But then, oh, you learned 0.2 now. Oh, now I jump half a second in the future, bitch. Let's keep playing,
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool. I like the weak we say Keith Lee the Pooh. I like the weak Samoa Joe the Pooh. The weakness of
Samoa
him
poo.
seeming strong, but then not
Samoa
like
Poo.
poo 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 poo. No. Anyway, I like the fact that he seemed strong, but he was the weak character. I liked I like the thought of there being other Saiyans, but I do think that Kaba definitely should not have been number 4.
That dude had no business being on that team aside from Champa wanted to have a Saiyan on the team.
Kaba and Magetta could have switched places. If you're talking about your anger, but yeah, I like Magetta was funny because I was like, all right, bro, we get it, clankety clank, bitch. That shit was funny, and then the match was funny, so it was cool. Piccolo being on the team, Boo being on the team, but forfeiting because he fucking couldn't be woken up again. I liked all that. Manaka, I go back and forth between do I like Manaka, do I not like Manaka? Because as much as Manaka is like, okay, fuck this is so stupid, there's a part of me that's like, but this is actually so fucking stupid, it's funny. I go back and forth between do I like it or do I not? But no, it kind of makes sense to be like, oh, this motherfucker is so fucking weak and this is so dumb that they can't figure it out. Maybe that's Goku's common sense. Can't figure it out. How can you not know?
I will say their reasoning on not telling Goku about it, where we just like, look, we need Goku to stay motivated to train.
Yeah.
But they do realize who they're talking about, right?
Oh, as in he would have just been motivated to train, period.
Goku is always motivated to train and get stronger. Literally, the series starts with like Battle of the Gods. Why are you training so much? You that nigga. And he's like, and he's like, because I gotta see how much stronger I can get. I like training for the sake of training. And if Vegeta and Goku's roles were reversed, it would still be the same because Vegeta also is a training junkie, much like Goku is.
What was I gonna say though? So I go back and forth between them and Naka, but at the same time, I can't just fault them for Manaka because as dumb as it is, hate it or not, I actually like it. It's so fucking stupid. It's not stupid. If that makes any sense. Then you got the Manaka filler episode. I'm not gonna fault it for that. Kind of funny. Okay, cool. I do agree. Potifu was unnecessary. That's all I gotta say.
If we weren't including Potafu in, I guess, the clip episode in with this rating, I would definitely rate this higher than what I did.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Not even counting the clip show and well before Potifu, I was telling myself, Jazz, you can't have your rating already picked out. It's too early. But my rating pretty much didn't waver from the jump. So you ready for the waiver? I mean, for the waiver. You ready for the rating? I know you do your whole edit afterwards, so let's jump around, right? All right. Your boy was originally gonna give it 1 rating, and then I was like, is that too low? Let me give it a 7. And I was like, I'm not gonna rate this thing if I don't feel I should rate it that. So I was like, definitely not gonna give it a 7. Should I give it a 6.5? But the original rating that I had for this bitch was 6. And 6 just feels wrong. But I'm not gonna.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like 6 just feels wrong. I'm gonna make that shit a 4. I'm like, damn,
no,
Jazz.
No. It did sound like I was doing it. No. I mean, 6 feels wrong to rate anything Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z as a 6. It was definitely not average. It was above average, but it doesn't feel like it was an 8, and I don't really feel 7. So I feel like this was just above average because there was some stuff in here that was good enough. The stuff that was bad, I feel that was bad, I can excuse it because of what I understand what they were trying to do. But
no, don't feel too bad about your rating because, to be fair, from what I can tell, the fandom for Dragon Ball Super as a whole is pretty mixed.
I was feeling 6s from the jump, man. and it didn't change.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, not everyone's gonna like Dragon Ball Super, but we're watching them. We'll see what happens.
I like the first two arcs. Part of me was wondering too, even though it was the movies and then the arcs, which were the movies. I like the first two sagas, and part of me was wondering, did I rate this so low because we're coming off of two sagas that were so good? So I don't know.
Which also could be the case because even though I said 7, I'm still ranking it lower than I had the first two. In fact, I think I've gone down with each one. I think I went 8, 7.5, 7. Which
feel free to, I was gonna say, feel free to edit my shit around because I know I talked a while and you're trying to keep your videos low if you want to.
Yeah. Whatever, man. This is already looking like our longest review yet. So, it doesn't matter. Huh?
Yeah, this shit might be 2 hours.
Nah, man, because we got our ratings out here. So, that's pretty much what we got to do. Like I said a couple videos ago, links in the description for where else you can find us. And, yeah, anything else to say to the people before we head out, though?
Just keep looking for the future Trunks saga.
Peace, yeah, dog. He got a sword. What is he gonna do with it? Have a good one, everybody.
He never said that shit.
Adios, this.
Hey there. Thanks again for watching this far into the video. If you would please click on that subscribe button, or like, or dislike, or whatever you'd like to do, that'd be really appreciated. Oh wait, hey. You're a really fucking cool person, you know that? Just the fucking coolest. I appreciate you. The world is better with you around.